All right, so we're diving into this Andreessen Horowitz piece. Selling is hard right now, and I
Yeah,
gotta say the title alone has me feeling very seen.
right.
Anyone selling software right now is like, yeah, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
It's rough out there.
It's a brutal environment for sure.
It's like trying to sell somebody a yacht
Hey, absolutely.
when they're like desperately trying to fix a leaky rowboat.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because this article really nails down like why things are so hard right now.
Okay.
You know, they're pointing to this perfect storm brewing. We've got economic uncertainty. Everyone's kind of pulling back after that pandemic software spree, right?
Right.
And then on top of that,
Everyone's freaking out about AI.
exactly, total AI explosion, turning everything upside down.
Right. It's AI overload. I feel like every conversation somehow goes back to AI,
Mm-hmm.
but it also seems like most companies are still just trying to figure out, is this thing a magic bullet or like a ticking time bomb? But this article throws this really interesting curveball. It says 85% of winnable IT spending is outside the industries that are getting like immediately disrupted by AI.
Yeah,
So that's kind of hopeful, right?
it is hopeful.
It's like the opportunity is still massive. It's just hiding in plain sight.
That's the really intriguing part about all of this. It's not about ignoring AI, right? Like AI is happening, it's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about understanding that its impact, it's going to unfold over time.
Okay.
And so what they introduce is this AI impact timeline.
I like it.
So they categorize companies as either immediate, medium term, or long term
Okay.
in terms of like how soon AI is really going to like completely reshape their business.
So it's not like this tidal wave that's hitting everyone all at once.
Right.
It's more like a rising tide.
Right. Some companies are wading in ankle deep.
Mm-hmm.
Some are up to their eyeballs already.
Exactly.
And they're freaking out.
Well, think about it, right? You've got like a marketing platform versus, say, a manufacturing company.
The marketing platform, they're living the AI revolution right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're either integrating AI into their products or they are
Scrambling.
scrambling to compete with all these new AI-powered tools that are popping up every day.
Yeah, their hair's probably on fire.
Probably on fire.
Stress levels through the roof.
Right. But then you look at the manufacturing company, they're thinking about AI in the long term.
Okay.
It's not that they're ignoring it, but its impact on their like core business processes is just further down the line.
Got it.
So their anxieties and their needs are completely different.
That makes sense. Their anxieties are probably a little different.
A little different. Yeah.
The marketing platform is thinking, will we even exist in 6 months?
Exactly.
And the manufacturing company's probably like, can we make this thing run a little bit faster?
More or less.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really helpful way to think about it.
So this timeline is fascinating.
Yeah.
But how do we actually use this information? Can you give me an example? Like, how would a company's position on this timeline, how would that actually change like a salesperson's approach?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So let's go back to that example, right?
Sure.
You're selling software that automates marketing workflows.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking to that marketing platform, the one that's in that immediate category,
Hair's on fire.
hair's on fire,
Yeah.
your pitch is probably going to center around how your software can help them integrate and leverage all the latest AI tools.
Right.
Because they need to do that to stay competitive.
Yeah.
So you're speaking their language.
So you're basically coming in like, hey, your world's on fire.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I got a fire extinguisher.
exactly. But now let's flip that, right? Let's look at the manufacturing company,
Okay.
the one that's kind of in the long-term category.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be as concerned with those like immediate competitive threats from AI,
Okay.
but they are probably really interested in how it can improve efficiency,
Yeah.
cut costs, maybe help them predict some future trends.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that case, you wouldn't necessarily lead with like the newest, shiniest AI features.
Right.
You'd focus on the long-term value proposition.
Got it.
How this software can optimize their operations, maybe help them like get ready and prepare for a future where AI plays a much bigger role.
It's all about meeting them where they are on their AI journey.
Love that.
So like this whole AI impact timeline, it's kind of like this secret decoder ring.
Right.
It helps you understand not just what your customers are dealing with today, but what's keeping them up at night.
Mm-hmm.
5 years from now, 10 years from now.
For sure.
And speaking of things keeping people up at night,
Yeah.
the article talks about how this whole shift in the market, it's forcing companies to move away from just experimentation with AI
Mm-hmm.
to demanding real value.
Oh, absolutely. Gone are the days of just throwing money at anything that has AI slapped on the label
Yeah.
like that. is over...
It's true. Are getting bombarded with AI solutions, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every vendor is like, it's AI-powered.
AI-powered, this
Yeah.
AI-infused.
Everything's AI.
So it makes sense that they're getting more discerning.
Yeah, absolutely. They're becoming so much more discerning.
Yeah.
They're asking the tough questions now.
Like, show me the money.
Exactly. Like, how is this actually going to impact my bottom line?
Yeah.
Where's the ROI? They're not looking for just like some shiny new AI features. They want like tangible, measurable results.
Yeah, nobody wants to be the person who's like, I brought in the company mascot,
Right.
but I forgot to bring in any revenue.
Yeah, exactly. And there's this great part in the article. It highlights this point from a CIO, and they say that it's so much easier to get funding if I can prove this software will actually save us money by replacing an existing vendor or streamlining some kind of costly process that we're already doing.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
It's like, hey, instead of staying at that 5-star hotel every night,
Right.
why don't you stay at this charming cabin in the woods?
Right.
It's got everything you need.
Exactly.
And you'll have money left over for some mores. Exactly. And you know what? In this kind of environment, that cost cutting, that focus on efficiency, that's huge. That's a really compelling selling point.
It makes sense.
It's not just about what your software does. It's about how it can help companies do more with less.
Mm-hmm. Do more with less.
And this actually leads to another fascinating point the article makes.
Okay.
Your AI roadmap matters,
Yeah.
even if you're not selling AI directly.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, should every software company now suddenly become AI-powered something or other?
Right.
Even if they're selling, like, project management software or something?
Right. It doesn't have to be that literal.
Okay.
But it's more about demonstrating that you understand how AI is transforming the business landscape, right? Like, you get it.
Okay.
And that your product is ready for that future.
Okay.
Remember that manufacturing company we were talking about? The one on that long-term AI timeline?
Yeah.
They might not be building AI algorithms themselves.
Right.
But they're probably using AI for things like predictive maintenance, supply chain optimization.
Right.
So even if your software isn't like, building the robots on the factory floor, it can still work in harmony with those robots or even help manage them.
So it's like, we might not be AI experts, but we speak fluent robot.
Exactly. It's about being able to tell that story, to show that you understand how AI is changing the game and that your product is a valuable player in that new world.
I like it. Makes a lot of sense.
And this actually connects to another surprising point the article makes, that this whole like product-led growth thing, the whole build it and they will come, that's not really enough anymore.
You mean like the days of just having a really slick website and a freemium model?
Right.
Just hoping that people come flocking?
Yeah.
Those days are over.
It's not that they're completely over, but it's not enough.
Okay.
The article makes a really compelling case that good old-fashioned enterprise sales is back in a big way.
Interesting.
Especially when you're dealing with those larger companies. With those longer AI adoption timelines, building relationships, particularly at the CFO and CIO level, that's more crucial now than ever.
So time to dust off the golf clubs. Brush up on our small talk.
It's not necessarily about that.
Okay.
But it's about building those genuine relationships.
Right.
It's about understanding the complexities of their business and really tailoring your pitch to their specific needs and anxieties.
Because everybody's anxious right now.
They are.
They're staring into this like swirling vortex of AI.
It's true.
And they just want someone to hold their hand and be like, it's going to be okay.
Totally. And that's where the article's emphasis on channel partners really resonated with me.
Okay, channel partners.
So we're talking about consultants, platforms like Accenture.
Got it.
They're becoming so influential right now because companies are looking to them to be their AI Sherpas.
It's like, we need a guide for this jungle.
Right.
We can't go it alone.
Exactly.
We need someone who knows the terrain, who speaks the language, who can spot the quicksand.
And tell us where the danger is.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you're facing this kind of like massive technological shift, you want an experienced guide.
Right.
And a lot of times that means turning to those trusted advisors who have kind of seen it all. But the article does point out that there's a caveat here.
Okay.
You need to be mindful of how much control you're giving up when you bring in these partners.
Because it's like handing over the keys to your vintage car collection.
Right.
Like, yeah, they might be able to get it running, but will they appreciate it?
Right. Are they going to...
Will they treat it with care?
Are they going to hot rod it and then...
Or will they just like totally trash it?
Yeah, and leave you with a huge repair bill.
Exactly.
Right. And that's the thing.
It's a tough word.
These partners, they can be incredible door openers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can connect you with these clients that you could only dream of reaching on your own.
Sure.
But they're also becoming the face of your product in a way.
That's true.
They're shaping how it's presented, how it's implemented, how it's perceived.
So you really are giving up some control.
You are giving up some control of your baby.
It's true.
It's like finding the perfect babysitter, right?
Right.
You want someone who's going to follow your instructions, but who's also going to use their best judgment and connect with your kid on their level.
Exactly.
It's all about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Choosing partners who align with your values.
Right.
Making sure you're not getting lost in the mix. And that you're maintaining that direct line to the customer.
Because ultimately that's what matters, right?
That's what matters.
It's about the relationship.
It's a relationship.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. So a lot to be anxious about. But even with all of these challenges like swirling around,
Yeah.
I love that the article ends on this like really optimistic note.
Yeah, it does.
Because for a second there,
Right.
I was like, maybe I should just like dust off my resume and go apply to be a lighthouse keeper or something.
There are worse jobs.
There are worse jobs, but like at least then I'd only have to worry about like literal storms.
Right, exactly.
Not like these AI hurricane things.
Well, you might still need some of that lighthouse keeper resilience.
It's true.
But you're right. The article does stress that this kind of turbulent period we're in, it's not going to last forever.
Okay.
The companies that thrive, the article argues, are going to be the ones that adapt, they evolve, and they really clearly demonstrate a deep understanding of how they fit into this AI-powered future.
So it's not just about weathering the storm, it's about like learning to surf on the AI wave.
I love that. Exactly. It's about embracing the change.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the new currents.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about paddling like crazy to catch the best waves.
I am here for it.
It's a challenging landscape. It's also incredibly exciting.
I'm feeling cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Okay, so to wrap things up here.
Yeah.
What is like the one key takeaway you want our listeners to like walk away with from this deep dive?
The biggest takeaway. Selling software in this age of AI, it's definitely more complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is far from impossible.
Okay.
I think the winners in this new landscape are going to be the ones who really deeply understand their customers' needs within this evolving AI landscape. They can deliver real, tangible value, and they can build those genuine, trust-based relationships that we were talking about.
Okay. Music to my ears.
Music to my ears, too.
All right, so there you have it, folks. A crash course in navigating the wild world of software sales in the age of AI. But for those of you who really want to ponder the future, here's something I want you to think about.
Okay.
If AI can automate tasks, personalize experiences, and even write code, what does that mean for the future of sales itself?
Whoa.
Will we even need salespeople in this AI-powered world?
That's a good question.
Or will the best salespeople be the ones who can leverage AI most effectively?
Now, that is a deep dive for another day.
You got that right.
Yeah.
All right, folks, until next time, happy selling, everyone.